Yeah, amazing traders. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're just coming to my channel for the first time, my name is Judy the Trader. I'm a forex trader and a forex analyst. It's been a while. I dropped analysis on this channel. I've been out of YouTube for a long time, but now I'm back. All right, now I'm back. So, the pair currently in front of me is USDCAD. But before we write into the chart, I want you to smash that subscribe button, drop a like, and don't forget to drop a comment. Also share with friends. Let's help this YouTube channel to grow and the algorithm. All right, I'm back now. So I know you guys have missed me the way I to drop a trade call, and you know how my trade calls have been out perfectly. You can go and watch my previous video. Like 90% of them plays out as we analyze it. All right. So this pair in front of me is USD card. I dropped this signal in my free WhatsApp channel, also other groups. I dropped this signal free this morning. This particular trade, we are on this trade now, and I think this one sometimes I used to drop a lot of trades in this particular on any pair. So, but I've been out of YouTube for a long time, but now I'm back. All right, so let's analyze USD card together, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm going short on this trade. And right now I'm on this short on channel. I'm going to be targeting 135.60. So that's 1.3560. That's my final target, which is about this word of 1 to 9. And my first level target is around this word of 1 to 5 or thereabout, which is around this green line I put here, which is 36.80. So now let's analyze it together. All right. So I'm just going to search USD card as you can see here. So we're going to analyze is at the random pair now, and we're going to analyze it together. And I'm going to give you the reason why I'm selling and everything. So as if you have been on my channel before, you have known the way I used to analyze. And if you are coming to the channel for the first time, we're also going to analyze it together. All right. So how I analyze this, I start from the monthly time frame, as you guys know. And what I do on the monthly time frame is just to see the flow of the market, the direction. All right. And once I can see the flow of the market, sometimes I draw my key levels on the monthly time frame or on the weekly time frame. All right. In this case, I'm going to go to the weekly time frame since I've seen the direction of the market. So I'm going to come to the weekly time frame to plot out my key levels I can see. All right, which I'm going to be using this rectangle here. So I'm just going to draw like 1 or 2 key levels out. So this is the first one. I have this one. Then I'm going to plot it. Make sure it touched very well. Then I'm going to clone this as well. Now I'm going to put this one around this region. And the reason I'm putting it around this region is if I explain to you, so you can see that if I put this around this area, you can see that there was a touch here, it touches here. So if I connect these two and drag it forward, so you can see it also come here, respected this, respected it here. Here it break it, then retest it, went up, came back again, retested, then went up. Same thing as this point. So as we're coming from this zone now, yeah, so it's like price is in the range now. And what I'm seeing is on the weekly time frame, what I'm seeing is we are in a range in this spot now. So once we come up here, then we should come down. Since price is coming down, then I think we are coming down back here. Then I'm going to use this yellow bar around this region. So I'm going to make the chart bigger. So I'm going to use this yellow bar around this region. This rotated triangle. Okay, sorry. This rotated triangle to plot out the minor levels. Now this one are not as strong as the key level, but the market expect them a lot too, and you have to take caution of them very well. All right. So I'm going to plot this one out here. So I'm going to plot it very well like this. So now on the weekly time frame, I've plot out 2 major level and 1 minor level. So in between 2 major level, there's always a minor level, and this one is corresponding to it already. So here I don't trade on the weekly time frame. All I do on the weekly time frame is to understand the direction of the market and to plot out key levels. Once I understand the direction of the market from the monthly, I come to the weekly, then I plot out the key levels. So then once I'm done on weekly, then I go to the daily time frame where I can look for intraday trend or candlestick pattern or anything to get in the trade. That was where I take my entry. All right. So it's on the daily time frame or 4 hours time frame, that was where I tend to start looking for entry opportunities. So looking here on the daily time frame, you can see that the day today already, September 8th, 2025 is bearish. You can see this is a red candle printing already, and you can see how yesterday was Sunday, so this was Friday candle. You can see how Friday candle closed as a rejection candle. So you can see that we kind of bearish. And if you look very well here, you see that from these key levels I draw here, from this one, then I put out this one too as well. Right, then I put another one here. So you can see that this is a left shoulder, a head, and the right shoulder. And this point here, so I'm going to let me just put a black line here. This point here is the neckline, all right? Now, how do you trade an head and shoulder pattern? Once price comes up like this, your height come down, goes up. Then once one trade a head and shoulder pattern, you allow it to break the neckline to this point. Once the neckline is breaking around this region, this neckline, then at the break, a govy candle closing below it, that's where you get your entry, or sometimes a break and a retest, that's where you get your entry down. But looking at this chart, I can know that this left shoulder I just want to form is coming down. So I'm 100% sure, like let's say I'm 90% sure price is going to drop back to this point here. So since I know price is dropping back to this point, then I want to take an entry, engulfing closing, or a break and a retest. But looking at it, I can see that if an head and shoulder pattern is forming already, which is signifying a change in trend. You can see, if you look at the trend very well from this point, you see that what we are in a downtrend. Price was falling, making lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Right, this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price retrace to about 50% of this guy here. Then we can see that then it put in an head and shoulder pattern to signify that yes, the downtrend is about to continue. And I can tell you for a fact we are coming down here. This is about 28, 50, 28, 40. So if I'm to check the pips, all right, if I'm to check the pips, so this is around 1000 pips, all right, 1036 pips. So that was 1000 pips down. So we are projecting 1000 pips to future, though this is not going to happen in a day, it's not going to happen in a week, it's not going to happen in a month, all right. But looking at it, we are going for a 1000 pips projection to the downside. So now the signal I was showing you guys, I was on the sell. So my first level target was this guy here. Then my first level target was, if I use Fibonacci, all right. So if you have been watching my video, you know I use Fibonacci a lot. So if I plot Fibonacci from this high to this one, if I plot Fibonacci from this high to this low here, you can see that price just retraced to about inside of 61.8% retracement. So you can see, and that's where I like taking my entry. If you guys are watching my video, so it bounce off outfit, on one price come there, I take an entry. So from year to year, this 61.8% retracement. So then I take a short. So my first level target is going to be this neckline here. Then my second level target is going to be this Fibonacci extension, right? So once I take my position or to this point, then I close, then I wait for a pullback, maybe to around this point again or thereabout, no matter where price is pulling back to. Then I continue with my sell, target back this area, then go for another extension. So if you have been watching my video, this is the way I trade. You'll have noticed it, all right. So I'm going to delete this Fibonacci now. So you can see, looking at it, the head and shoulder pattern is forming very right, very neat. So this is left shoulder, this is the head, and this is right shoulder. So the right shoulder is the one forming, coming down here to coming down back to the neckline. So once we can have price back to the neckline, once we can have price back to the neckline and a break out of it, then I see no reason why we should draw further, at least back to this region here. So I'm going to put this black line here to this bottom, all right. So and from year to from year to year, that will be around that should be around 300 pips or 400 pips or there. Well, yes, that should be around 400 pips. All right, so to this point, so that was the sell you see me taking. But presently, I'm selling back to this point. Once I take my first level target here, then I go for this one. So if I have to show you from the other place I analyze this, let me open my normal chart and let's see. So you can see it. So my target is back to this bottom here. So once I know that price, you can see this place, this was my level target. That was the Fibonacci. That was what I was showing you. And you can see I'm up with 1-to-1 already. Looking at this trade, I'm up with 1-to-1 already. If I have to go, you can see it 1-to-1 already. I dropped this trade this morning on my free WhatsApp channel. So in case you are not on my WhatsApp channel, I think I'll find a way to tag it in this video so you can click on it and join our free WhatsApp community where I drop signals. As I analyze here, I used to drop the signal there. All right. So and that is it. So we are selling straight down to this point, which is going to be the previous low. So once we can break this low, then we should come for a new low around this point. So you can see that was the same thing analyze there. We should come for a new low around this point. So then we should create a new lower low to this one, a new lower low to this one, which should be around this area. So if I have to use Fibonacci to, let's see if I can. So let's see if I can see. Okay, so you can see maybe this point back to this one here. Once we break this one, then we are coming for this. So that's just how to analyze the market. So let me just go back to the USDP I was using to analyze to you guys so I can explain some things better. All right, so this is it. And if you know, if I say head and shoulder pattern or if I say shoulder pattern, first way you target is once the neckline is broken, you mark the range from here to this point, then you take it, extend it, you take it down. That's the similar range that price we use to move when it breaks out of this range. So you can see which is in line with this zone as well. So you can see this is in line with this zone. So first level target around this point, second level around this point, and that's I'm reaching 28 pips on this trade. So and I'm going for a risk reward of 1 to 9.1. So let's just say 1 to 9, and that's a better risk to reward. All right. So that's for USDCAD. So I'm going to go straight to this for USDCAD, and this is for the short sell to this point. Actually, we are still coming down here, but before we come down here, I'm going to be trading it little by little, and I'm going to show you guys till we get to this area, till we get to this point. I'm going to be coming on YouTube and be updating you guys. So you want to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out. So the next pair I want to go to is GBPUSD. All right, so let's go to GBPUSD. So this is GBPUSD in front of me. So you can see this is my normal channel. This is my chart. You can see here there was a pattern of symmetrical triangle forming here, and you can see price broke out of it. So I got in the entry, and I was in price has done 1 to 1 point something. Yes, 1 to 1 point something. Then price reversed. So and this 1 to 1 point something was on a break-even trade. So I went out on a break-even. And when it was coming down here, I knew for a fact that this was a news. But I knew for a fact that it can never go below this level. That was why I put this on here. Price will never go below this level. I knew it for a fact. So which now become an inverse head and shoulder. Alright. So that's the same thing I'm explaining on the USDCAD. We have head and shoulder on the USDCAD, and here is the inverse head and shoulder. And this present place now is the neckline. Alright, this is the neckline of this particular chart. So you can see this is the left shoulder here, this is the head, and now price come to put in the left shoulder. Right, the right, the head, and the left shoulder. Now here is the neckline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these ones. Since this one did not play out, so I went out on a break even on this one. So I'm just going to draw the neckline like this. Same as the USD card. So you can see this is the inverse of what is happening in USD card that is inverse on GBPUSD. All right. So on this trade presently, after I've taken my entry wise from here, which was on this daily time frame, which was on Thursday or Wednesday, I think so, Wednesday. But this is Monday, this Friday, this Thursday, this Wednesday. So I'm taking my entry on Wednesday, but I wasn't just watching the chart, and I'm just coming to the chart as you are seeing it now. So now, how do I get in this trade? Very, very simple. Very, very simple. So what I'm going to do is I'll wait for price to get to this neckline. Now, we don't chase price. Now, in this scenario, if you are not on the trade before it moves, just leave it, let it go. So I'm going to wait for price to break this neckline. So at the break of this neckline, at the break, either an engulfing close outside of it, or if it's not an engulfing, maybe some little candle close out of it, then I'll wait for a retest. Then I get in. Then my first level target is going to be here. Then my second level target, as I've analyzed on the other USD card, is a new extension for a new high, which, let me just show you something here. Now, this is something I used to share with my premium members, but I'll share this one here for free today. Now, I now have a premium. We have a academy now. So if you want to join me, if you want to join my team, you can just reach out to me. Want to join my free Signal channel, or just message me direct, then I'll reply to you. Then you can be my student. If you want me to mentor you, so you can be my mentee. All right. So now let me share this update with you. Now, when, like I said on USDCAD earlier, you mark from this high to this one, then the period which price is to range, same thing will be similar when price break out. All right. So I'm going to put this outside the neckline like this. So I want to put it very well. Sorry. All right. So now at the break, so you can see this like a target here. This is our target. But I can see that my weekly zone is very close here. So I'm just going to let it to touch the weekly zone. All right. So I'm just going to leave it to touch the weekly zone, since my weekly zone is very, very close. Now, that first I want to share with you. The second one is I want to show you how you see how everything will go in line now. You can see this was the last low. This was a lower high, higher low. All right, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and equal low. Then we should put in, at least if you are not breaking here, you should put in an equal high. Then if you break it, you put in an higher high around this point or here. So now the second thing I want to share with you is, let me use Fibonacci for you. If I put Fibonacci from this low here, this was the last low, to this high, this is the last high, then I drag it forward. All right, you can see that price retraced inside of 61.8 and 50% retracement. And if you have been watching my YouTube channel, you know that I used to talk about this level very well. This, especially Fibonacci 50 and 61.8, either in between or touching this one or touching this one, they work 90% of the time. So if I was on this chart, I was taking a buy here. Yeah, we actually took a buy from this point to around this area. Then we exit the trade, wait for a pullback. Now, if I have to use Fibonacci for this one, this is another. Now, let me draw the Fibonacci. No, let me draw the Fibonacci to show you something. If I use Fibonacci for this small one to this high here, you can see that inside of here is also inside 50 and 61.8% retracement. So this is a smaller Fibonacci move, this is a bigger Fibonacci move. So you can see same thing happened here is the same thing that happened here. That was why I said I know that price can never break below this guy here. And the Fibonacci extension for this one, for this small Fibonacci, this is the 100% retracement, which is the neckline. So if the neckline is broken, come here for a new high, right? But since I know the previous high is here, so I'm just going to put my first TP here. But once you get here, you want to be watching it, because you can put something like a lower low. But I know price is on a buy, on a bullish move. That's behind the long trade. So first level target is going to be here. Then my second level target is going to be for the Fibonacci. So you can see now this zone I mapped out, this thing I mapped out using this range mapped out also is also very in line with Fibonacci. Now you have to understand that we are not just trading with the line, it's a zone. So if I have to make this a zone, you can see that it's also very in line. You can see how two things coming together to give me a target level. All right. Now this is what I'm going to do. Once I get in this trade at the break of this point, so my entry is going to look like this. My entry is going to look like this. All right. So my first level target is just going to be 100% retracement like this. So my stop loss is going to be somewhere around this area, so which is going to be around 50 pips. But actually I'm going to go to lower time frame to get a small stop loss. This on the daily time frame. So I'm going to go to like 4 hours. So my first level target is going to be here. Once we break this point and a retest or a clear breakout, my entry is going to be like this here. My first level target is going to be this particular one, which is a risk reward of 1 to 3.8. That's a risk reward of 1 to 4. Then my second level target is going to be here, which is risk reward of 1 to 9.6. Then the final one is going to be here. So, like on this trade, I'm looking like nothing less than a risk reward of 1 to 12.2. So I'm just going to make a risk reward of 1 to 12.5. All right. So on this trade, I'm looking at nothing less than a risk reward of 1 to 12.5. That's risking 50 pips. That's if I'm to risk 50 pips. I'm to use this daily time frame entry stuff. So I'm going to do this Fibonacci. Now I'll go to the. I want to make this thing straight. Okay. So I'm going to go to the 4 hours time frame. So let's see how it's going to look like. So you can see on the 4 hours time frame, you can see there was a range here, dropped, come back up, dropped, then we are going. So once you break here, our first level target is here. Once we come here, take the first level target. So it's just the same way that our entry is going to look like on our stop loss. So it's just going to be a 50 stop loss. Then our target is going to be here. So on this trade, I'm projecting about, for this setup, I'm projecting nothing less than 340 pips. 640 pips on this trade. So just mixing just as low as 50 pips, going for 640 pips on this trade. So that's what I'm looking at on GBPUSD. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at on GBPUSD. So it's going to be a very nice trade, and I can show you a similar way where this pattern has happened. Same thing on GBPUSD and how it plays out perfectly. All right, how it plays out perfectly. Now, if I want to show you, look at it here. This part, this area here, we also have something similar here. So you can see it. We have something like the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. We have the neckline. So you can see how price break the neckline. We tested it, then jumped up. All right, jumped up. So same thing is going to repeat itself here. So I see no reason why GBPUSD not getting to about 4,000 1.4325. So giving it a round number, that would be 1.4300. Yeah, the edge of this zone here. So that's 1.43300. So that's 1.4300. So I see no reason why GP gets get there. So if I'm going to be targeting this level, I'm going to have nothing less than a risk reward of 1 to maybe 13.5. Because from year to year is 1% again. So you know. So and that is a trade call for this week. So you want to subscribe to this channel. Like I keep saying this, share this video, share with friends, share with family. Let this YouTube algorithm grow. And this is the way you can motivate me. All right, then I see you in my next video. Peace out.